Get your pain meds, get whatever you need. Very powerful tool to allow you to relax, to allow you to allow that resistance to ease through and allow the pain, the intrusion to pass. Peace, family. It's your boy Zay-P the I AM. I am that I am, as you are that you are, for we are all that we are. Having a conversation with a good friend today, and I was sharing some of my insights and my experiences on how to manage pain, literal pain management. And I mean that in a very real world, physical perspective. And so I figured these would be some great insights to share, and I felt this would be a good time to come forward with the collective and offer these perspectives. Now, you might be asking, what do I know about pain management? As a healer, I work with other people with ailments and other types of issues, but also as someone who deals with my own healing and someone who deals with my own health issues. I deal with sickle cell, I deal with chronic pain, I deal with having chronic health complications and issues, and having to overcome all of these things, having to heal through these things. And one of the biggest things that I've had to do with it in my life is learning how to manage my pain. And so with that, I do have a lot of insight and a lot of experience, and maybe even some wisdom that I can share. There is this thing with pain in our culture where it's always associated with suffering. And when we think about pain, we often think pain and suffering, they seem to go hand in hand. Now, the thing about pain and suffering is that they only go hand in hand because we place them that way. Culturally, historically, pain is something we're averse to, suffering being something we're averse to. We tend to see them as the same. One of the biggest things we can do in order to manage our pains is learning how to disassociate the suffering from the pain. Now, that is a much easier said than done process, I will admit, but it is a possible option, especially when dealing with pain. The biggest lesson that comes to mind that I had to learn through experience time and time again, ultimate truth is the sense of acceptance, the sense of allowance to the experience of what is happening in your body, what is happening in that moment. What is this painful experience you're having that seems so unbearable, or something that you're not able to deal with? Notice how the mind starts to connect that with suffering. And the suffering tends to tie in with how much we attach to it and how much we resist. Right? So that attachment, that thing that we can't help but dwell upon, right? Even when it is beyond our scope of control, beyond our peripheral, we'll still dwell on this thing. So that kind of attachment adds to this idea of suffering with pain. Then the resistance. When we start to fight that almost fight or flight energy, that thing that comes, pain hits you, and the way you react to the pain can cause the pain to either flow and move on, pass through you, pass by you, or it can cause the pain to really linger and get stuck, right? I often deal with blood clots in my veins because this is part of what sickle cell is. And so my blood cells will hook and clot within my veins until they form massive blood clots and cause damage. And if you can imagine, this is a very painful experience, right? And so when I go through these moments of having, say, some severe blood clotting in my system, and I'm having that pain, how much am I attaching to, first of all, when's the next bout of pain gonna come? And then how much am I resisting or allowing it, right? And a lot of times that depends on the severity of the pain, and I'm not gonna front or sugarcoat it. The pain can come in well above a 10. Well, they'd be like, oh, what's your pain, 1 to 10? Mine should be like 12. But that said, when you're able to be with it, be with what is, be with the experience. Even just now, that door just opened. If I resisted, oh, you're coming in here, you're messing up. But if I'm able to be with it and stay here, present with you, connected in this moment, where the pain, that interruption, is able to move on. the blood clotting is able to relax and unclot itself, right? But when I freeze up, tense up, it locks up. And when it's locked up, the pain is stuck. And this adds to suffering, because not only have we attached, but now with the resistance, we've caused the pain to be stuck, to linger, to stay with us in its most intense expression. So, if we want to allow that pain to pass, there comes the invitation, the need to practice this almost relaxation in it, and almost acceptance. Oh my God, the pain! Okay, it's okay. I'm staying. Get your pain meds, get whatever you need. Oh my God, and let it pass. Keep breathing, and let it pass. Now you can flow into the gratitude. Oh, thank God the pain is gone. Stay in that space. This adds to the ease. This adds to the harmony. And this adds to managing the pain. So, if you can keep these two things in mind, to let go of the resistance and the attachment to it all, this is going to really open things up to allow pain to move through and for you to manage your pain easier. The next thing I would also offer is the breath, the value of the breath. In that example that I just played out a moment ago, one underlining theme, if you noticed, if you haven't, go back and watched, the one underlining theme is I was breathing through it. Your breath is a powerful, powerful tool. We talk about this with these breathwork seminars, breathwork type practitioners. This is going to come up more and more as we move forward into this age of cultivation we're in. And I'll talk more about that in future videos. But that said, your breath, very powerful tool to allow you to relax, to allow you to allow that resistance to ease through and allow the pain, the intrusion to pass through. And so you want to work on practicing that. These are some of the most poignant lessons that I've learned when it's come to pain management, day to day, in the moment when dealing with pain. And the next idea is that we can level that up, because this applies to pain in various other ways. Now, if you're still watching and you saw from the beginning, you would have saw that interruption that we had. And I made the example of how that was a moment of pain. That was an interruption in what I'm trying to do in this flow here. This comes up in life also, right? And so this can be mental, this can be emotional, this can even be spiritual. And all of these instances of intrusion, of disruption, of disharmony can be considered bouts of pain. And as such, we can learn to use these lessons and apply them in those realms. I.e., for example, what I mean by that is that we can learn to allow and accept painful moments in our lives, whatever they are, whether it's physical pain, whether it's emotional pain. Oh my God, I just had the worst loss of my life. And I gotta be with that. You gotta be with that. Pain comes and it's real, and you gotta be with it. But does it have to be suffering? Even in the most deepest loss and grieving, are there not seeds of beauty there? Are there not beautiful memories? Are there not wonderful experiences that you might have learned from, that you might have gained something from? If they're not, then what are you grieving for? And if you are grieving, then that means that there are seeds of light there. And if you can learn how to grasp that and hold on to that, then that can power you through that grieving process. That can make that grieving journey worth it. But if you're not holding on to that stuff, you're in the grieving and you're wallowing and you're suffering for no reason. So those seeds of light, those within the pain, is what is going to bring you through. But you'll only be able to see that if you can relax and allow and step into that space where you can get to this moment of, oh, thank God, the pain is past and I'm still here. Oh, thank God, I had some wonderful moments with that person. Oh my gosh, I had such a beautiful experience and a great time, and that relationship is over, but at least I know more about me now. And all these different types of examples. This is how pain comes into our life. This is an offering, an invitation of some ways that you can start to manage your pain.